Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Wildo Camper Box Complete. There's two other versions. There's the Camper Box Lite, which has a couple of items missing, and then there's the Camper Box Dual, which is made for two people. But realistically, the Complete is actually perfectly good for two people. Now this is a modern day combination plastic and rubber mess kit. This is not a cook kit, it's a mess kit made for civilians. Let's get into it, and then I'll explain why I think this might be a good addition for your bug out bag. Okay, I'll list the dimensions in the description below. There's some scratches here and here. I put those there because when the plastic was molded, there was a sharp tiny post here and a sharp tiny post there. Not something you want accidentally cutting into your hiking pack if that's what you're using as your bob bag. Now it is a bit sharp here all along the edge on the top cover, so I do recommend wrapping this in perhaps a towel or tossing it into a couple of plastic bags. Alright, let's get it open. It is a bit of a pain to open, which means everything inside fits nice and tight. So okay, when you get the lid open, first of all, the lid itself makes a pretty good bowl. Inside we have a combination cutting board and strainer. Could come in handy for certain meals. And here we have the rest of the items. You get this funky looking spork with a few knife serrations here. Now this is not flimsy plastic, it's good, it's solid, but I don't trust plastic eating utensils in emergencies for any reason. So this would be a backup to your main metal utensils. I do recommend titanium, but stainless steel works just as well. This item here is an oversized combination salt, pepper, and third spice shaker. It is too thick for this modern day mess kit. The way you fill it is you struggle with popping the lid open, and there we go. So you have space for salt, pepper, and whatever your favorite seasoning is. Fill that up, put the cap back on. There you go. 3 separate areas. The main issue with this thing, again, way too big, way too fat, way too thick. I actually recommend replacing this with a much smaller salt and pepper shaker made for camping or hiking. The rest of the items consist of a fold-a-cup combination plastic and rubber folding cup. You've got a nice tab here. This works surprisingly well, although the capacity is rather small. But still, this is a good small cup, and it is BPA free. Let's take a look at the other one that it nests inside of. This one is, again, combination plastic and rubber. and you do get a tab here. That's rubber, but it's good and stiff. This you can use as a very large drinking cup or as an actual bowl for a quick meal. This works well as a bowl. And yes, I did forget to mention that this particular modern day mess kit is made in Sweden. Now, the nice thing about the large cup and the small cup, you can buy these separately. And then you'll have something, and I think the small cup is more appropriate for this. You can have something that you can fold up and toss inside of a titanium or stainless steel container, and that really increases its versatility. You can basically have a 750 milliliter cook pot, toss this inside. Now you have a cup to go along with your pot. No, you can't cook with this because it's just plastic and rubber, but it's a good cup. All right, and the final piece is actually another bowl. Very useful. So who is this for? Obviously, I don't make videos about camping. I don't make videos about hiking. This is not something you would toss into a get-home bag. I don't think it's necessary. This is not something you would necessarily put into a bob, but depending on the circumstances, you might want to. If you're bugging out by yourself, first of all, that is a really messed up situation to be in. But if you are bugging out by yourself, you really don't need this. However, if you're bugging out with your wife, or maybe it's just you and your daughter, or you and your son, you know, bugging out is a very stressful situation. And it's going to be very stressful on a child, a lot more than an adult. So having something like this mess kit, the Wildo Camper Box Complete, where you both get basically a cup, a large one and a small one. You both get plastic plates. This is something that might bring a sense of normalcy to a child and might help with the situation. Now, this particular camper box is dark forest green. I've seen them in other colors, mostly desert tan. Again, this is not a necessity for a get-home bag. It's not a necessity for a bob. And, well, this is a really nice-to-have item. And if you're bugging out with a young child, this might become a necessity in your bug-out bag. Guys, check the description below. I'm going to put in some extra information about the camper box. I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe, stay legal.